All right, guys. C-Serpents Exotic Snakes. We're back on Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2026. We've got our little Arctic albino superconda female here, Peppermint. Out for a little handling gig. We're going to zero in on her like we did Flea yesterday. And you can kind of make out with her, look at some of this coloration on her scales as well. Now this girl is probably 2 or 3 months away from being a year-old snake now. But she's put on some really good size now since I have had her. But yeah, check that out. Yeah, these supercondas really are cool snakes here. I love this patternless. But yet you can still see in the scales some coloration, you know, so. All right, girl, let's show you off just a little bit here. So we'll get her now where you guys can kind of see her. It's got this beautiful ruby red eyes. All right, girl. Jeez. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a mover, so. All right. A little bit of a mover, but she's fine. So I figure we'll do a quick little shot of this one here, just kind of show her off. A couple of minutes. I got her out for a handling gig. Just sort of follow her along here. Well, you see, she's a good length now. All right, girl. Just wants to make a run for it. Okay. Yeah, this girl's on fire here, man. Love that pinkish coloration. And I realized I made a mistake when I first got this girl. She has a twin sister, you might as well say. The head stamps are just a little bit different. But I made a mistake when I first got this girl. I said she was number 1. And this is actually number 14 of the 3 pink Arctic superconda snakes. This is number 14, actually. You can see her belly. See that nice translucent kind of mauve color. And you see her tail. She's got that yellow right at her vent. All right. So, but anyway, yeah. So I kind of made a mistake there. The two, they look so similar. I mean, it's almost hard to tell them apart. But their head stamps are a little different. And after I got this one, and I was saying that this was the very first one that hatched out of that sunburst clutch. And then I realized after I got her about probably 3 weeks later, I'm like, wait a minute. I look back at some videos Jermaine had, and then I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, this is number 14 here. So, and the other number 17, I remember, that girl had a partial stripe down her dorsal. That one there. So, but yeah, this is one of the 3 pink colored supercondas that had hatched out of that clutch. So, but anyway, either way, this was the first batch of eggs to hatch out last season. So, either way, it's still his first clutch for 25. So, come on, bro, you're not making this very interesting at all. All right. So, but yeah, anyway, so, but man, because he hatched out 2 of these last year. Of course, he held his one female back, the pink one. But when he hatched these guys out again this past season, and I knew right off the bat, I'm like, yeah, I told him, I says, man, I want one of these, man. Because, you know, last year when he hatched those other ones out, I was like, I was wanting one of them then. You know, obviously, but at the time, I already had my eye on another snake or 2 that he had available then, so. Yeah, this girl, she's fine. She's, you know, she's cool, man. She's a little bit of a mover, but, you know, no big deal. There she is. She's kind of settling a little bit, maybe. Okay. But, yeah, man, these guys are super cool, man. I just love them. These little supercondas here. She keeps wanting to burrow. All right, girl. Jesus, trying to get a good look at you. Yeah, messing the video up. Here we go. All right, girl, messing the video up. There we go. Try to, there we go. Trying to contain her slightly here. All right. And you see she's got that real faint down her dorsal, that little faint stripe, kind of almost an orangish color in the middle of her back. Runs all the way down. Pretty cool. But yeah, look at those red eyes, man. Super cool. Awesome, awesome. And you see these scales on them too. I mean, when you handle them, they have a rough feel, like almost kind of like a rattlesnake, in my opinion. Just those scales. All right, so we'll wrap this one up here before she escapes on me. All right, a little bit of a mover, but wouldn't trade her for anything. I'm actually thinking in about maybe 2 years, once this girl gets big enough, man, I mean, I could put her with Flea, with her pinks and his tans, and they're both supercondas. You know, you never know what could pop up out of that. Trying to get a good look. There we go. Get a good look at her belly quick. Yeah, this girl's a mover here. All right, girl. All right. Yeah, look, check that out. Just stunning. All right, guys, so we'll wrap this video up here just on Peppermint here, my albino, Arctic albino superconda female here, Western hognose. All right, guys, for now, take care.